Gwendolyn, Baron and Baroness of al-Barran, you have Their Excellency's leave to make yourselves comfortable.
Thank you. I was going to say I can't remember an event that was more intimate and fun and full of community, except I can because it was last Champions where we came together and had such a good time. Thank you all for being here.
Yes, wasn't this a fun event?
Yes.
Some real neat highlights that I saw and experienced was excellent fighting on the field, chivalry all the way around, and the conversations that everybody was having. It was just like we're this family that we are, okay? And so everybody's just kind of coming back together. I just saw tons of people respecting each other and that chivalrous behavior that we spent so many years cultivating and grooming, and then we had that little pause, and then we had to come back and get over our awkwardness, which I think we did that quite well. Also, some other great highlights were some of these arts and sciences and the bardic. It was just bardic-ing.
Music all day.
Everywhere.
Good idea, Iago.
Yeah, that was so cool. Same thing. I was going to say the same thing. So you said it. Same thing.
Let's get down to business.
That's what I sell.
Their Excellencies, call into this court, Dupree. If he is here.
Diddy! He's here.
Oh, he's not.
Oh, see, you better come to court. That's all I got to say. Hey, help spread the word, 'cause let me tell you what, all right? The cool part about coming to court is because we get to see our friends get cool stuff. All right? You never know when it might be you. So, encourage everybody to come to court. It's a rule.
Dupree, you are a fairly recent addition to this great barony. But one would never know it, judging by the passion and the dedication that you have put into this game, making it a better barony.
And I've got to say, I fought with him several times at practices, and even up at Outlandish, and the practice that we had up there for Teardown, which he helped with the last bit of that. And man, he is really one of us.
And so, as many of you know, there is an award in Albaran to recognize those newcomers who have just sprung into our midst as if they had always been there. And so today we would award you an Antares Kano.
Bring out glad tidings across the land, for Dupree Glame Garcenda has found his home in the embrace of the Scorpion. It is our duty as Baron and Baroness of al-Barran to recognize such excellent service, creativity, and courage in one who has been with us for so short a time. We therefore admit him into the order of the Antares Kano. Our desert skies would surely be darker without the light of his special star. Given this 19th day of September, on Societatis 58, being 2023 in the common reckoning of years.
The scroll is the work of Countess Sabiha. Yes.
3 cheers for the newest Antares Kano! Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Their Excellencies call before them, Brynjolf Bjarnason.
Yay! Call yourself.
Oh, yes, you sure.
Hello, all. I hope we had a really good event today, because I definitely did. I just wanted to remind everybody that the feast will be ready as soon as court ends, give or take about 5-10 minutes. And I just, as always, what do we do with the site when we leave? We leave it. You guys get an A+ on the quiz. That was the only note that I had. You all are really wonderful, and thank you especially to all of our volunteers and helpers who made this day possible.
Huzzah. 3 cheers for the stewards of this great event.
There's one over there. Where's the other one?
Captain Dora.
Rechna, where are you?
And Lord Hardman right there.
And where's Lord Hardman?
Over there.
Huzzah!
No,
Their Excellencies now call before them all retiring champions of Albaron. The champion of Albaron, the Honorable Lord Jose. The rapier champion, Doña Genevieva. The archer champion, Lady Gerlin. The flower of chivalry, the Honorable Lord Matthias. The rapier flower of chivalry, Lord Iago. And the arts and sciences champion, the Honorable Lord Raphael.
I also have
Good champions, you have served us well, nobly, honorably, and chivalrously for this past year. And you were our first, so you'll always have a special place in our hearts. Thank you for your service. Knowing each of you, I know that you will continue to serve, even though you don't bear the regalia of these great offices. Thank you so much.
And from our hearts to your hearts, not only did you serve us well as great champions, but dear friends, and thank you so much.
For the retiring champions.
For the retiring champions, 3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Well, there's a gap in our retinue now. Let's fill it.
Their Excellencies call before them the champions of today's festivities. The champion of Albaron, Lord Jameson. The rapier champion and protector of the Baroness's heart, Sir Simon. The archer champion and the arc to scorpion, Rogar. The flower of chivalry.
Oh wait, I get to now.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Your Excellency.
No, my bad.
Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Go tight. And here you go.
The tournaments were not only a feat, not only a exercise in chivalry, but were really entertaining too. Thank you.
Kind of bad, sorry.
We also would like to, we noticed some particular displays of chivalry today, although I must say, I could have named any one of the entrants today as our flower of chivalry. So it was a bit of a struggle to choose one above the rest. But now, please.
Their Excellencies call before them the flower of chivalry, Sigurd.
And the rapier.
Their Excellencies call before them the rapier flower of chivalry, Phineas.
You did good. I know. Champions, we are well pleased with your victories today. We know that you will serve us well and justly for the coming year.
And thank you so much. I appreciate your chivalry, as does your entire Barony. So thank you so much. We appreciate the example you set for us all.
You are welcome to join us in court or to take your ease. Please.
For the new champions of Albaron, 3 cheers. Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Hip hip.
Huzzah!
Yes.
Their Excellencies call before this court the Honorable Lord Raphael Frog for the results of the Arts and Sciences champion.
So,
Your Lordship, yes.
we had a splendid turnout. I was
overjoyed with the people who competed and showed their fine arts and works in the ANS for the competition. And so we have, the competition was 2 categories. One was something artistic, so it had to be something of beauty or of that sort. And then on the scientific, it had to be something useful, something that was just of the regular what you would have in a day, or you could also do the research on it. So you want to do the categories first?
Sure.
Yes, please.
So in the scientific category, we have Guinevere for her wood staining. And of course, something to drink out of.
Oh, it's empty.
Oh, can somebody fix her mug?
So did everybody see her wood staining and all that? You guys check that out. So we do that, and it's super.
And then in the artistic, work and another broken mug.
Gotta fix
Got a
that.
hole in it.
So has anyone seen
Yes.
Ormond's trim?
Yes.
Yes.
Fine detail with that thread. That was excellent.
Yes, I was impressed with that. I don't think a machine could do any better. Like, that was just
Certainly
such
not.
fine detail. And I understand that with my fly tying, I was like, that is amazing work. And then, of course, we have the overall champion who is going to
Can I say
take.
something first?
Go ahead, sure.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I gotta say this. Has everyone had a chance to look at all the displays from the flower that we had, the garb, the woodworking, the trim? What am I missing?
Pottery.
Oh, pottery. Okay, so yeah, there's belt. We also had some great display of armory. We had some ice, the flowers, the knitting. And the knitting, yes. The entrance, any one of these entrants could have easily won. Right? So anyway, so it was pretty hard for us to choose, and we kind of had to like go back and forth with it. So I got to tell you, we're stepping our game up, and I want to say, very impressive.
It was a very difficult decision. We actually had to deliberate on that for quite a little bit in order to come up. But Ishvan, come on up.
You may have missed Lord Don Eastvaughn's display because he was carrying it around a good part of the day. February, I believe, is when you picked up that lute?
Yes.
February, Don Eastvaughan picked up this lute and taught himself how to play it from a 16th century German manuscript in German, the original German. Whoa. And then, just because he could, translated said manuscript into English. Medieval German into modern English. And not just that, but I just was so taken with your absolute immersion into learning the different ways that the music was written. I did not know that Germany, Italy, and France all had different musical notations in the Middle Ages. Now you do. Now I do. And so it was, to me, it just, your efforts just bespoke what it means to love the arts, to love recreating medieval arts, and so it was an easy decision. Yes.
And cheers. Go ahead.
Right.
Well, and he was out when I showed him this. Is when he said, "I think I'm going to enter." So he came ready, and he gets the knife.
The category winners of the Arts and Sciences Champion, as well as our new Arts and Sciences Champion. 3 cheers! Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip! Their Excellencies now call before this court Duke Hrothgar.
I think he's cool.
I don't think that's up for discussion.
Thank you for being here. His Grace just returned to Albaran from Dubai, I believe. So thank you for your dedication and showing up for your barony. You know, sometimes when someone is so good at something, for example, the fighting arts, when they're, I don't know, a stellar warrior,
Superhero.
rock star, dashing,
Legend.
yes, dashing, really good listener, secret baroness's crush. Yeah, warrior, that's right.
Warrior, that's
Fighter.
it.
Sometimes when someone is that good at something, we don't realize how good they are at other things. But it has been brought to our attention by multiple members of our populace what an incredible artisan you are. And we've seen it from our first hand, and yet, of course, because you're Duke Hrothgar, we just forget to acknowledge the incredible contribution you have made to the arts of Albaran.
Fantastic. His metalwork, metallurgy is bar none. True championship work.
And
for
his
that,
brewing.
we'd like to make you.
His gin is amazing. That's science.
And your gin.
Oh, I think I need to just determine that for myself.
No.
I'm going on board.
And so that, we would like to enter you into the order of the Russian Thistle.
Gwendolyn, Baron and Baroness of Albaran, by grace of their royal majesties, Morgan and Imani, send greetings. Among other notable affairs of state, we consider it to be most important to distinguish those whose excellence in the arts and sciences have enriched our barony. We therefore, willing that Hrothgar, monarch, should be honored, admit him into the order of the Russian Thistle of Albaran, that all may know of the esteem in which we hold him. We convey the right to bear the action order of wit. A Russian Thistle bush with the amulet for war. In witness thereof, we set our hands on this 19th day of September, Anno Societatis 58, being 2023 in the common era. Pardon, Baron, Gwendolyn, Baroness.
This beautiful scroll is the work of Lady Ania. Thank you.
Thank you.
Stop making me blush.
For Duke Hrothgar, newest companion of the Russian Thistle, hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
That came from back there.
And over here.
Their Excellencies would call Cassian into their court were he not cooking a delicious feast.
Uh-oh.
Casey K. Brown. No, don't come. Just stay there.
What can we do?
Do it across.
Good, gentles.
So, Cassian, you are not really new to us, but you haven't, you're relatively new. You kind of got dragged along by, your partner and your partner's family. But from the beginning, you have contributed to this barony in playing music, and trust me, you are about to eat Cassian's amazing feast. Cassian is a historian by education, and tonight's feast, we'll ask him to explain it while we eat it, but it is the work of a lot of research into actual period Italian feasts, and it's good. Sometimes those are mutually exclusive. Anyway, we are so grateful to have you as a part of this barony, and so we would welcome you with our Newcomers Award, the Antares keynote.
Ring out glad tidings across the land, for Cassian has has found his home in the embrace of the Scorpion, it is our duty as Baron and Baroness of Al-Barran to recognize such excellent service, creativity, and courage in one who has been with us for so short a time. We therefore admit him into the order of the Antares Kano. Our desert skies would surely be darker without the light of his special star, given this 19th day of September, Anna Societatis 58, being 2023 in the Common Era. The scroll is the work of his very attractive and very capable partner. 3 cheers for the newest Antares Kano of Al-Barran. Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Your Excellencies, an important messenger arrives from the north with an important missive from their Majesties.
Oh no!
Lady Eleanor, thank you. You look like you've been running for days.
It's been a broken works. She's got short legs.
3 day run, maybe 4?
Thank you, my lady. This is just what we've been waiting for, Your Excellency.
Yes. Good job. Okay.
Excellent. Please, good herald.
There shall exist in the Barony of al-Barran an award known as the Light of Al-Barran, which may be given by the coronet subject to the crown to those persons who, being at all times an example of chivalry, gentility, nobility, and authenticity, are most exemplary in welcoming and fostering newcomers to our society. These holders of this award that shall be styled as bearers of the Light of Al-Barran and shall be entitled to place the initials BLA after their names. The insignia of the order shall be represented by a lantern, actual or depicted, given as a representation of the light the bearer provides to new members. Arms and precedence, the order carries no other arms or precedence. Amendments to this constitution shall be made with the coronet for Al-Barran after due consultation with the crown. The companionship of all previous recipients of the order is hereby confirmed by this day, the 19th of August, Anna Societatis 58, being 2023 in the Common Era. Morgan, Sinning, Yamani, Queen, Hardin, Baroness, Wendland, Baron.
Trade places.
All right, so we have a new award, Your Excellency.
We do,
Congratulations.
but we have to pronounce it a certain way. It is the Light of Al-Barran.
All right,
There we go.
but now we need a premiere.
Oh, we do indeed.
Lord Jose, will you please join us? I mean, we could probably do a show of hands to see how many newcomers are here today because of the care and the energy you have given to them. Just this Wednesday, just this Wednesday, he joined Lady Zahira and I at the College of Bladewin in full garb to help those newcomers, many of whom joined us today. These are just a few examples. This barony would not flourish were it not for people like you. And we treasure you for that. You are our premier light.
As the stars steer sailors to their ports, as the hearth fire calls the traveler to its comfort, so too do certain exceptional subjects serve as a guide to newcomers, welcoming them to our society, making them feel at home, and easing their path from the mundane and the magical. It is incumbent to us, Baron and Baroness, to recognize such souls, for without their bright hospitality, our world would surely be dimmer. Thus, it is that we, Hardin and Gwendolyn, Baron and Baroness of Al-Barran, do proclaim that Jose de Taberna shall henceforth be known as the premier bearer of the Light of Al-Barran in recognition of the exemplary service he has provided to all new Albaranians. Done this 16th day of September, Anna Societatis 58, being 2023 in the common reckoning of years, Hardin, Baron, Gwendolyn, Baroness. For the good words and kind heart of Lord Jose. Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip! Huzzah!
smokes.
Okay. It was a surprise. It's okay.
It wasn't Blanchard.
Since it was fun, let's make some more.
Yeah, that's right.
Their excellencies have need of Elric von Beck.
Wizard.
Lucy!
Lucy.
Oh.
We're getting him.
Technical difficulties.
Let me check. Someone got the hill.
She got this right there.
Oh, wait.
All right. So, okay, filler. Let's talk about the light of Wait a minute. Let's talk about the light of Albuquerque. Okay, so, right on. Now, Jose, exemplary premiere, correct?
Yes.
So there's many people here that also do a fantastic job of welcoming newcomers into the barony and to the society. But did you watch him today? I mean, there's like, what, 7 or 8, 9 new people. He's like, boom, on them, talking to them. This is what we do. This is where we're at. Bringing it to us and doing some introductions. And those are kind of things that really exemplify how that works. And thanks so much.
I ran all the way across the ocean.
Thank you.
Well, that was her.
Hail and welcome.
Yeah. All right. This is El Rig. I love you, brother.
I have had the very great pleasure of fighting you on the fencing field. You have taught me very much, but not just me. You're a wonderful addition to our militia of rapier fighters.
And I'd like to say you are a strong representative of your household. Okay? Thank you. And where things are headed now. May I say that? And may I also say that we really appreciate your service and your help and really enjoy your fighting style. Watch you teach with a couple of people today. Thank you so much for that.
Absolutely.
And in recognition of these wonderful deeds, we would make you a silver dagger of Albert.
Pray attend, all good gentles, to the wars of Hardin and Gwendolyn, mighty and beloved Baron and Baroness of Albuquerque. Whereas the rapier fighters of Albuquerque have ever strode forth in the field of honor without fear, and whereas the blade of the scorpion has ever flashed mightily, striking fear to Alberon's foes, and whereas Elric von Beck is one of those who would draw his rapier to honor Alberon and the Outlands, we do on this day recognize his skill, chivalry, and dedication upon the field of honor by naming him a companion of the Silver Dagger of Alberon, done this 16th day of September on the Societas 58, being 2023 Gregorian Hardin Baron. Baroness.
And this beautiful scroll is Calligraphy and Illumination by Caria Fedra Vivea.
Thank you so much.
You totally got this spirit.
Or the newest companion of the Silver Dagger of Alberon. Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip! Huzzah! Hip hip!
Absolutely. I'm going to go running all the way back across the
All right, you do that.
Take care, guys.
Their Excellencies request the presence of Elric Kiri and Akalina Ikatova.
Take your time.
Please do that. You have both, since I've returned to our world, you have both daily inspired me to be better at my garb, at my camp, at all parts of my kit. Your artistry and attention to detail really makes me feel like I am in the Middle Ages, and I know does so for so many other people.
And absolutely. And even recently, just watching how they play this game, how they help and assist others, and make them feel welcome and a part of what it is we're doing, and displaying in their garb and their demeanor. Yes.
And in recognition of that, we would make you both bears of the Sable Garter.
In creating the dream we all share, we strive for many things. Honor upon the field of combat, beauty and knowledge in our arts, excellence in our service. There are also those for whom cultivating themselves in their presence is their own art. A vision drawn in all aspects, mindful persona, studied comportment, styled appearance. Those for whom the ideal of stepping into from a manuscript moves further into embodying a time and a culture. It is with these things in mind that we, Hardin and Gwendolyn, by grace of the Stag Crown, Baron and Baroness of Al-Barran, do call on all of those who hear these words to bear witness. This day we would name Akalina, Iankitova, and Aelra Kiri as keepers of the Sable Garden for their dedication and extraordinary skill shown in their personas. We do set these things to ink in memory with our love and our respect on the 16th day of September, and society as 58, 2023, and our common and Baron, Hardin, Baron, Gwendolyn, Baroness.
And the beautiful matching scrolls are the work of Baroness Rose.
For the newest keepers of the Sable Garter, hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Oh, Mr. Will you stay a moment? Well, many of you may not know Mistress Akalina's very talented student, Quiva.
We know.
You do, but many other people may not. Quiva, I don't know how long Quiva's been playing, but 6 years. About 6 years, and those 6 years have been filled with incredible woodworking displays, not the least of which are these thrones that she made and donated to this barony, and which will far outlast His Excellency and I. And I think it is long overdue to recognize Quiva's outstanding arts with a Russian thistle.
This means they're gonna last longer than 12 years. Oh, I got some looks.
Please read the scroll.
We, Hardin and Gwendolyn, Baron and Baroness of Al-Barran, by grace of their Royal Majesties Martin and Imani, send greetings. Among other notable affairs of state, we consider it to be most important to distinguish those whose excellence in the arts and sciences have enriched our barony. We therefore, willing that Quiva should be honored, admit them into the order of the Russian Thistle of Al-Barran, that all may know of the esteem in which we hold them. We convey the right to bear the banner of the order, to wit, a Russian thistle with an annulet or. In witness thereof, we set this on our hands this 19th day of September, Annus Societatis 58, being 2023, in the common era, Hardin Baron, Gwendolyn Baroness.
Huzzah. This gorgeous scroll is the work of Duchess Cecilia Mowbray. We know Lady Quiva could not stay longer today. We ask you to deliver this with our sincerest thanks for her continued art.
Huzzah! For the newest companion of the Russian Thistle, hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Hip hip!
Huzzah!
Let's see, well, the scroll case is empty, so I guess we'll wrap it up.
The Midlanders coming.
Please, yes, let's just real quickly before we close court, keep in mind that we have a few events coming up. The Kingdom Arts and Sciences Collegium will be in Al-Barran in November 4th. Thank you. And then, of course, what's that? Queen's Prize will be held at the Collegium. And then Midwinter this year is a little bit earlier than normal. We very graciously traded dates with Cairgalen because they were having some difficulties. So we will be having Midwinter on the 9th. So please put those on your calendar. Of December, yes. Yes. All right. If you can't smell it, breathe deeper. Yes. Dinner or the feast will commence about 10 minutes after court, so you'll have time to grab your feast gear. If you did not come with feast gear, we have a loaner for you, so please see us. Thank you, Al-Barran, for being here.
Herein closes the court of Hardin and Gwendolyn, Baron and Baroness of Al-Barran, who have their excellencies leave to go forth, make merry, and eat food.